And last but not least are is the impact and challenge and opportunity. Let me go back for a second. Hold on, because I want to make a point that I often forget to make. And that is, this isn't just a job description issue, right? Creating outcomes and expectations isn't just for our job descriptions. When we have employees that we're working with, and as leaders, we're describing something that we want them to do, how often do we, as leaders and executives, tell people what we want and they bring it to us, but then we reject it because it doesn't look like that thing that we had in mind, right? Oh, that's not exactly what I was looking for. Maybe that's on us. Maybe we're not describing the outcome and the expectation clearly enough. You may be describing the fuzzy ball, but you're not describing that you need a red fuzzy ball or a green fuzzy ball. So we have to be clear about the outcomes and to the best of our ability to know what the specifics are of what we want and what we're looking for. Okay, so it's not just about job descriptions. How many of you have been on Indeed lately looking at job descriptions? We're probably posting things. Have you ever been on, well, you probably have, Trisha, because you were looking for a job recently, right? If you have been on, I encourage you to go on there and just look at what's out there, what kind of jobs are available. And I will tell you, it's depressing. It's really depressing. The jobs that are available, they're not inspiring anyone. They're really, really boring. They list the duties and responsibilities, but none of them are exciting. Exciting someone to come in and want to fix something or want to grow something or want to be a part of something. They're not telling you any of that. They're really boring. There's no marketing going on at all. And we're going to talk about that more in a second. So ask yourself, what sort of impact will this person have on the organization? What sort of growth opportunity and challenges are you going to provide them? Because top performers want to know that they're going to have an impact. They want to know that they're going to get to solve a problem, that they're going to learn in this process. There's an opportunity for growth for them at your organization. This is your opportunity to tell them, here's what we want you to help us do, right? That's very different than here's what you're going to do. Here's your opportunity to tell us or to help us do this thing. Excite them, make them want to be there. Let's look at a few examples. Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna, again, play with some technology. All right, can you all see that corporate controller? Okay, thank you for your patience. This was a job description I found on Indeed. I'm hoping it's not any of your job descriptions. The corporate controller is responsible for all facets of financial operations, including the monthly close cycle, internal and external financial reporting, consolidated financial statements, internal controls, blah, 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 blah. The corporate controller will be involved in financial planning and strategy, managing profitability, quality management, promoting process improvement, blah, blah, blah. Essential duties and responsibilities. They basically listed out, if you are a corporate controller, you are going to know that this is your job, right? How does this stand out from anything? It doesn't tell you anything about the organization. It doesn't tell you anything about why you might want to work here. It doesn't excite you to do anything. So then I went on Indeed as well and found a different corporate controller, financial planner, excuse me, not financial planner, financial role, financial controller. And this one's a little bit different. Listen to this first paragraph. XYZ Inc. is the largest and most trusted business and industrial remarketing company on the world's largest online auction marketplace. Our customers include leading Fortune 500 companies and government agencies. And then in the next paragraph, it says, XYZ is now hiring for a financial controller professional to prepare for further growth and tremendous market opportunities in the global reverse supply chain and remarketing industries. Do you see the difference? Big difference, right? Now it's saying, hey, come be a part of the industrial remarketing company's world's largest online auction marketplace. And you're going to have the opportunity to grow and help us grow in our global reverse supply chain and in the remarketing industry. Like that, if you're interested in that, if you're interested in this kind of a thing, maybe this will, oh, that sounds exciting to me, right? This is your opportunity to market. Your job descriptions on Indeed should not be a list of duties and responsibilities. In fact, your job description on Indeed should be these first two paragraphs, and that's it. Find out, it's your, I want you to come learn more, right? And then give them a link to click onto your full job description that has all the OSHA requirements and all of your job duties and responsibilities. Some of your job descriptions may be 5-6 pages if you're doing it right, but that's not what you're going to post on Indeed. On Indeed is going to be, we want you to come work for us. Look at the cool stuff we're doing. Look at the leaders we have. Look what you're going to learn if you work with us. Look at the cool team we have. This is your opportunity to say, we want you to be a part of us. And here's our why. Here's why we exist. Do you want to exist in this environment? That's what your posting should be on Indeed and wherever else you're posting your job descriptions. Focus on these first couple paragraphs. Let me share one more as an example. This is the exact same job description as this last one you just saw, only I've gone in and, hold on. Are you seeing the one that's yellow and blue and green? Okay, perfect. Let me make it a little bit bigger here. I've gone in and added the blue and the green and the extra, right? XYZ is the largest and most trusted business. Now you're talking about beliefs. You're talking about values. These are things that people can compare themselves to. Okay, they're trusted, right? Now don't make this stuff up. Don't say you're the most trusted if you're not the most trusted. You really have to be authentic here. Otherwise, you're going to attract the wrong people and they're not going to last very long. It has to be a true representation of who you are. But the words that you choose when writing your marketing piece for a job are important. So you'll see here I added, we want to prepare for further growth. And then I added 25% more market share over 5 years. That gives the candidate an opportunity to go, holy crap, like that's a lot. I don't think I want to be a part of that, right? Or I've done that before and that scares me. So I'm not going to apply. This is your opportunity, Liz, to help people understand what they don't want to be a part of so they don't apply. If you just list the duties and responsibilities, they're like, oh, we can do that. I'm going to apply for it. Well, but if I knew all these other details, I might not apply for it. We're going to add 2 lines of business in the next 10 years. Oh man, that's exciting to me. I've added lines of business before, or I've never had that opportunity. This is an opportunity for me to get to do that and get that experience. I really want this opportunity. And so they're going to apply. Now, notice that this particular document is multiple pages long, right? Again, you don't want to post this on Indeed. People aren't going to read it. And you just don't want that much detail out there. post these first two paragraphs right here. That's your marketing piece. And then give them the rest when they click on the link or they call you or they come in, whatever in your process makes the most sense. I also added this green section because this is where your job descriptions can be really helpful, not just for hiring, but for your performance management, right? If in my job description, I describe those outcomes, the expectations, here's what we expect of you. We want you to participate in key decisions as a member of the management team. Again, that's another enticing growth opportunity, right? I want to be a part of that. I want to have that opportunity. But you're going to do that by actively listening, regularly contributing thoughts that move the conversation and process forward, and adding innovating thinking to the group to aid in reaching our shared goals. There should be evidence of your work and goal attainment. Now we're listing what the expectations are. Here's the behaviors that we're going to want to see. Here's how we're going to expect you to do the job. And we're also listing what it's like if it's unsatisfactory work, if it's basic work, if it's proficient work, and if it's exemplary work. Now you've got all this created ahead of time so that once you've got this person on board, they, by the way, are aware of what they're going to have to do to be successful and exemplary. There's no question in their mind about what's satisfactory and what's not. And if you have to hold someone accountable, you've got this data or you've got this already created from the very beginning. It's not something that you're making up on the fly. It's not something that a manager gets to go, well, this is good for this employee, but not this employee, right? It's here, it's in the job description. We've been transparent from the get-go. Questions about how that might work or what that looks like? No questions? I was that clear? Okay. So that is what, and then think about where you're actually posting these, right? Job postings, Indeed, all those places, yeah, that's the typical place to do that. That's not where most jobs are found, where people actually are engaged and stick. If they're going to be engaged and they're going to stick in your organization for a long time, it's really about who do you know. So then we're going to go back to one of the other focus areas in my blue circle, right? Which is about knowing who top performers are in your industry and start advertising to those people. You should already have connections in your industry with people that do this work so that you can advertise it to direct people, because you get jobs through people you know, right? It's the networking piece. Also, you shouldn't just be talking about these or putting job descriptions out there when you have open positions. You should be talking about it in your meetings. Here are opportunities for, here are the opportunities that we have open all the time, right? In meetings, when you're just having company meetings, department meetings. Here's, hey, by the way, we have open positions. Who do you know? And then pass these things out. Make this a conversation in your culture, an ongoing conversation in your culture. Then you can also be talking about these, especially these expectations and outcomes in your performance reviews, in your interviews, in their annual reviews, again, in department meetings. These are all things that should be culturally, the conversation should be a part of your culture. Okay.